She can't really say, yeah, I'm going to leave in a couple of years,
exactly.
actually, because nobody will talk about anything else. So she's sort of stuck.
This is just speak. It's just political speak.
Do you think?
I know she's not going to fight the next general election anything other than the backbench MP for Maidenhead and Windsor, which is her constituency. She's not going to be the Prime Minister after the next general election, but she has to say this because she's got to be tough in the Brexit negotiations. She wants to appear strong, and if she says she's going to go, she's a lame duck immediately.
But is that because she doesn't want to carry on, or because she just knows it's untenable because nobody in the party wants her to carry on?
They don't want her to carry on, and she doesn't. Look, I think one thing, I think also she's worked out she's not very good at it.
Ranveer, Eamon has more chance of scoring the winning goal for Manchester United in a UEFA Champions League final than Theresa May has of fighting
now,
the next general election.
I'm struggling. Are they in UEFA?
It's a big football. It's a big football match. There should be a medical evacuation team on the way to Japan to bring her back because she's clearly deranged. And yes, you have to say you will go on, but she's gone on in great detail how she's going to stay on.
Correct me
it's ridiculous.
She's holding a number of receptions at Chequers, and she invites MPs, the parliamentary party, and she comes in, she says, Andrew, look, welcome, here's a little glass of Chardonnay or whatever it is. I'm not going to fight the next election, but it's our secret. But can I have your support for the next 2 years? Is that what she's saying?
What she's doing when she's having a little drink to do at Chequers, and she's having quite a lot of them. I've not been invited yet. If he gets an invite, there will be trouble.
There will be war.
She just wanted to ensure there's no problem at the Tory party conference.
And everyone seems to be towing the line. Even really rebel backbenchers are saying, oh, no, we're back.
I haven't met a cabinet minister, and I've known a lot of cabinets over the years who think they can be Prime Minister. I've known a lot of useless backbenchers think they don't want the job. There's no pressure on her.
Let's just listen to her. She's just spoken, actually, just now in Tokyo, looking very prime ministerial as she needs to be on the world stage.
This is a formative period in shaping the future of my country. And as we leave the European Union, so I am determined that we will seize the opportunity to become an ever more outward-looking global Britain, deepening our trade relations with old friends and new allies around the world. And there are few places where the opportunities of doing so are greater than Japan, the third largest economy in the world.
So that's her just speaking a few moments ago.
She's thinking about her legacy. She's thinking about her legacy. She doesn't want to go down as badly as his mate, Gordon Brown, who never won a general election and was out after 3 years of being Prime Minister. She wants to ensure she goes out as the Prime Minister who at least delivered Brexit. That will be her legacy.
But is it partly because, actually, if there was a credible candidate elsewhere in the party, this might not be the case?
Yes, that's right.
There actually isn't anybody.
There is a bit of that.
Boris Johnson's a laughing stock. Philip Hammond, the Chancellor, is damaged goods.
Sacked George Osborne.
George Osborne, he's gone. David
now.
Davis, the Brexit Secretary, has been found out. No, so she wants to divide and rule.
So the party, in a sense, are left with someone that they don't necessarily believe in or
They've
trust.
got someone who gets all the difficulties over Brexit.
The daily humiliation of compromise.
when we leave, then she'll hand over, and it'll be somebody, I think, as William Hague wrote in the Telegraph the other day, who most viewers of this programme don't even know, but is lurking around the ministerial ranks, but not in cabinet office.
Theresa May remains a dead woman walking, and if she thinks if she genuinely thinks she's going to go on, she's in a worse position than she does.
Does Tony Blair genuinely think he's coming back to forefront politics?
I think he thinks he's got a role to play. You're not going to see him in Parliament. He's not going to be a minister. He's not going to be leader of the Labour Party. He's not going to be Prime Minister.
Bring him back.
But
Contamination.
He still has a big contacts book. He can pick up the phone, people answer it, probably more than they do when Theresa May
charge for that?
Rings.
How much would he charge?
And his reputation outside of Britain is bigger than it is in the country.
So what's he talking to Mr Juncker about of the EU?
Europe, Britain's position in the world and in the European Union and the future arrangements. That's what he will do. And of course, he will know, Blair will have his head around this subject in a way May will not. She's been frazzled by what happened at the election when she gambled and she lost badly. You just can't go
when he talks to Mr Juncker, known in the trade as Mr Drunker, because he normally is, perhaps Mr Drunker and ask him about rebate that Mrs Thatcher negotiated from the EU, which Blair gave half of away in return for EU reform of agriculture, never got any reform of agriculture. Basket case. Tony Blair, every time he opens his mouth about Europe, people, Brexiteers like me think, hurrah.
You never...
Well, even the Lib Dems, everybody backs off, don't they?
Exactly.
The ones who want to
He's so He's
Iraq.
even more toxic than Blair.
Do you applaud the Prime Minister for flying the flag in Japan and trying to drum up business?
I do.
I do.
Did you see
I do
Aston
that.
Martin just did a deal, £500 million with Japan?
I do fly in the flag, but we know that Japanese companies, that was it more than 1,000, more than 140,000 people working here in Japanese companies in Britain. They want Britain to stay in the European Union.
Not, Kevin.
They come and invest in Britain because we're in the European Union. So in a way, she's trying to stop the damage rather than win new trade.
Can't help himself, can he?